Today I am going to explain the problems on a long transmission line. Okay, in the last class we already seen the rigorous method of solution of a long transmission line and also ABCD constants of a long transmission line by using the real method, real and complex angle method and hyperbolic charts. We determine the ABCD constants of a long transmission line. Okay, today I am going to explain about the problems on a long transmission line. Okay, in that first problem, that is a three-phase 50 hertz long transmission line. Okay, three-phase 50 hertz long transmission line has the following line constants. Okay, 50 hertz means the frequency is 50 hertz. Okay, the line constants per phase per kilometers, that is uniformly distributed. R is equal to the 0.22 per phase per kilometers. Okay, that means we multiplied into length. We multiplied into length. After that, x is equal to the 0.45 ohms. 0.45 ohms. Okay, it is also in the per phase per kilometer. It is also in per phase per kilometers. And also G is equal to the 4 into 10 power minus 9 Siemens, and B is equal to 2.53 into 10 power minus 6 Siemens. Okay, it is also in per kilometers. Determine the auxiliary constants. Determine the auxiliary constants. That means by using the rigorous method, we determine the ABCD constants. Okay, by using the convergent series of a complex angles and by using the convergent series of a real angles. Okay, by using these two methods, we determine the auxiliary constants of a long transmission line. Okay, by using these two methods, we determine the auxiliary constants of a long transmission line. Okay, next coming to the given data, that is F is equal to the 50 hertz. F is equal to the 50 hertz and resistance per kilometer per phase. The resistance per kilometer per phase, that is R is equal to the 0.22 ohm. R is equal to the 0.22 ohm. And reactance per kilometer per phase. Reactance per kilometer per phase. X is equal to the 0.45 ohms. Okay, X is equal to the 0.45 ohms. Next one is the leakage conductance per kilometer per phase, that is G. Okay, G is equal to the 4 into 10 power minus 9 Siemens. G is equal to the 4 into 10 power minus 9 Siemens. That is the leakage conductance per kilometer per phase. Next one is the capacitive susceptance. Capacitive susceptance per kilometer per phase, that is B is equal to 2.53 into 10 power minus 6 Siemens. Okay, B is equal to 2.53 into 10 power minus 6 Siemens. Okay, this is the given data that will be mentioned in that problem, and then we find out the auxiliary line constants, and then we find out the auxiliary line constants. Okay, that is ABCD. That is ABCD constants using, first one is the convergent series of complex angles. Okay, by using the complex angle methods, we determine the ABCD constants. Okay, by using the complex angle, we determine the ABCD constants. Next one is the convergent series of a real angle. Convergent series of a real angle. By using the real angle method, we determine the ABCD constants. Okay, by using the real angle method, we determine the ABCD constants. Okay, this is the given data. By using the data, we determine the ABCD parameters by using the complex angle and by using the real angle method. By using the complex angle and by using the real angle methods. Okay, next coming to the solution. First one is the we calculate the impedance. Okay, first one is we calculate the impedance, that means the Z. Okay, we calculate the impedance, that means the Z. Okay, Z is equal to the R plus JX. Z is equal to the R plus JX. First we calculate the impedance per kilometer per phase. Okay, the impedance per kilometer per phase, that is Z is equal to R plus JX. Z is equal to R plus JX. Okay, what is the R value? That will be 0.22 ohm. It is also in per kilometer per phase. Then we substitute that 0.22 plus J. What is the X? That is the reactance. X is equal to 0. Okay, next one is the total series impedance. Okay, series impedance means the impedance will be there in the per kilometer. Per kilometer means the into 1000. Okay, what is the Z value? That is 0.22 plus J 0.45. Okay, 0.22 plus J 0.45 into 1000. Okay, it is the impedance per kilometer per phase. It is the impedance per kilometer per phase. Then we calculate the total series impedance, that is Z is equal to 0.22 plus J 0.45 into 1000. 0.22 plus J 0.45 into 1000. Then we calculate this, then it is the 220 plus J 450 ohms, that is equal to 500.9 at an angle of 63.95 degree ohms. Okay, this is the total series impedance. Okay, first we calculate the impedance per kilometer per phase. Why? Because we calculate the impedance per kilometer per phase means the in that question the resistance and the reactance values also will be given in the per kilometer per phase. Okay, that's why first we calculate the impedance per kilometer per phase. After that we calculate the total series impedance. Then the Z will be equal to 0.22 plus J 0.45 into 1000 into 1000. Okay, that's value is the 500.9 at an angle of 63.95 degree ohms. Okay, this is the total series impedance. Total series impedance. After that, we calculate the admittance per kilometer per phase. After that, we calculate the admittance per kilometer per phase. Admittance means the Y. Okay, admittance means the Y. What is the formula for that Y? Z is equal to R plus JX, and then Y is equal to the G plus JB. Y is equal to the G plus JB. What is the value for that G? G is equal to 4 into 10 power minus 9 plus J 2.53 into 10 power 6. Okay, plus J 2.53 into 10 power minus 6 Siemens. Okay, Y is equal to the G plus JB. Y is equal to the G plus JB, and substitute this G and the JB values, then we obtain the Y. Okay, after that we calculate the admittance, total admittance, that will be multiplied into 1000. First of all, we calculate the admittance per kilometer per phase. That's why we are not multiplying into 1000. 1000 is the length. Per kilometer means the 1 kilometer 1 equal to 1000. That's why we multiplied into 1000. Then Y is equal to 2.53 into 10 power minus 3 at an angle of 89.91 degrees Siemens. Okay, this is the total admittance and the total impedance of that given long transmission line. Okay, after that we calculate the Y into Z. After that, we calculate the y into z. Y is the admittance, z is the impedance. Y is equal to the g plus jb, and z is equal to the r plus jx. Okay, that already we calculated in that above. Then we calculate the y into z. Okay, then we calculate the y into z. Okay, that is y into z is equal to y. What is the value for that y? That is 2.53 into 10 power minus 3 at an angle of 89.91 degrees. Okay, into what is the value for that z? Z is equal to 200.9 at an angle of 63.95. Okay, we multiplied these two values, then we obtaining this value, then it will be converted into the rectangular form, that is minus 1.1376 plus j 0.5583. Okay, plus j 0.5583. Okay, this is the y into z values. This is the y into z. Next, we calculate the y square into z square. After that, we calculate the y cube into z cube. First of all, we calculate the y square into z square. That is the 1.2372 square at an angle of 3. After that, we multiply this value. Then we obtaining the 0.9826 minus j 1.27. Next, we calculate the y cube into z cube. That is the minus 0.408 plus j 1.9938. Okay, this is the values for that y into z and y square into z square and y cube in z cube. Why? Because first we calculated these values. That means the by using these calculations, we easily calculate the A, B, C, D constants of a long transmission line. For simple calculations, firstly we determine the yz, y square, z square, y cube, z cube. Okay, then we substitute these values directly in that auxiliary constants equations. Okay, that's why for simplification purpose, before solving that ABCD constants or auxiliary line constants, we determine the what is the value for that yz and what is the value for that y square, z square, and what is the value of y cube, z cube. Okay, after that we calculate the auxiliary constants of a long transmission line. After that we calculate the auxiliary line constants of a long transmission line. Okay, first one is the by using the complex angle method we determine the ABCD values. Okay, first one is the convergent series of a complex angles. Okay, convergent series of a complex angle. First of all, what is the formula for that complex angle method? What is the formula for that ABCD in the case of a complex angle method? That is A is equal to D is equal to 1 plus yz by 2 plus y square z square by 24 plus y cube z cube by 720 plus and so on. Okay, this is the formula for that A and D. In the case of a complex angle methods, the formula for that A, that is equal to D, is equal to 1 plus yz by 2 plus y square z square by 24. 2 means 2 factorial, y square z square by 4 factorial, that is the 24 plus y cube z cube by 5 factorial, that is the 720. Okay, sorry, 6 factorial, that is the 720 plus and so on. Okay, that is the formula for the auxiliary constants of A and the D in the case of a complex angle method. Okay, in the case of this complex angle method, the formula for that A and the D is the 1 plus yz by 2 plus y square z square by 24 plus y cube z cube by 720. Okay, by substituting these values, that is 1 plus yz. In the previous, we already calculated that yz value, that is minus 1.1376 plus j 0.5583. Okay, that will be substituted in that formula, that is y into z is the minus 1.1376 plus j 0.5583 by 2. Okay, by 2 plus y square z square, y square z square. Okay, we already calculate the value for that y square z square, that is the 0.9826 minus j 1.27. Okay, substitute that value, that is 0.9826 minus j 1.27 divided by 24. 24 means the 4 factorial. Okay, 24 means the 4 factorial. Plus, after that, we calculate the y. We already calculate that value, that is y cube z cube, that will be substituted in this formula. Then that is the y cube z cube is the minus 0.408 plus j 1.9938. Okay, substitute that value, plus and swan, plus and swan. This is the 6 factorial plus and swan. Then we calculate 0.4716 plus j 0.2291. 0.2291. Okay, this is the formula. Sorry, this is the value for that A, and also D value in the case of a complex angle method. Okay, in that case, in the case of complex angle method, the value for that A and the D is equal to 0.4716 plus j 0.2291 plus j 0.2291. Okay, this is the A value and also D value in the case of a complex angle method. Okay, after that we calculate the B. In the case of a complex angle method, the formula for that B is equal to the Z into Z into 1 plus YZ by 6. Okay, B is equal to the Z into 1 plus YZ by 6 plus y square z square by 120 plus y cube z cube by 5040 plus and so on. Okay, this is the values formula for that B. Then substitute that all the values, that is z value, yz value, y square z square and y cube z cube. Okay, after that we calculate that B, and then we obtain the B is equal to the 142.75 plus j 386.52 ohms. Okay, this is the value for that B by using this formula. By using this formula, what is that formula? B is equal to the z into 1 plus yz by 6 plus y square z square by 120 plus y cube z cube by 5040 plus and so on. Okay, by calculating this formula and substitute these values of y into z and z, y square z square, y cube z cube, then we obtain the value for that B is equal to the 142.75 plus j 386.52 ohms. Okay, next after that we calculate the C value, that is C is equal to the y into 1 plus yz by 6. Okay, in that not plus, no, only 1 plus yz by 6 plus y square z square by 120 plus y cube z cube by 5040 plus and so on. Okay, this is the formula for that C. Okay, by observing the formula for that B, that is z into 1 plus yz by 6. The difference between that B and the C formula is the only y. Okay, in the case of the B, we replaced by y is replaced by the z. In the case of a C, z is replaced by the y. Okay, that is only difference between the formula for that B and the C. Okay, after that we substitute these values. Y is also there, and we calculated yz, and we also calculated y square z square and y cube z cube. Then substitute this all the values, then we obtain C is equal to the minus 0.002 plus j 0.00207 Siemens. Okay, this is the values for that A, B, C, D in the case of a long transmission line by using the complex angle method. Okay, by using this complex angle method, okay, this is the values, this is the values for that A, B, C, D constants in the case of a long transmission line. Okay, in this case of a long transmission line, the values for that A, B, C, D is the values for that A, B, C, D are the A is equal to D is equal to 0.4716 plus J 0.2215, and also B is equal to the, and also B is equal to the, B is equal to the 142.75 plus J 386.452 ohms, and then C is equal to the minus 0.002 plus J 0.00207 Siemens. Okay, this is the values for that A, B, C, D in the case of a long transmission line by using the complex angle method. Okay, by using that complex angle method. Okay, next second one is the by using the real angle method. By using the real angle method, we determine the formulas for that alpha, beta values. Okay, we determine the values for that A, B, C, D is also. What is the real angle formulas? First of all, A is equal to D is equal to the cos h root of yz. First of all, we revise the formulas in the case of a real angle method, that is A is equal to the D is equal to the cos h root of yz. Okay, cos h root of yz. After that, B is equal to the root of z by y sin h root of yz. Z by root y, z by y is equal to the, we already well known about root of z by y is equal to zc. Zc is the constants. Okay, root of z by y is equal to the zc. Okay, root of z by y are the zc sin h root of yz, sin h root of yz. Next of all, what is the formula for that c? C is equal to the root y by z. Root y by z is equal to the 1 by zc. Okay, root of y by z. Root of y by z is equal to the 1 by zc. 1 by zc. Okay, in that we replaced c is equal to sin h root of yz by zc. Sin h root of yz by zc. Okay, ఈ ఫార్ములాని మనం అలా అయినా రాసుకోవచ్చమ్మా. c is equal to the sin h root of yz by zc or 1 by zc into sin h root of yz, or b is equal to the zc into sin h root yz, and then a is equal to the d is equal to the cos h root of yz. Okay, first this is the A, B, C, D, A and D and B, C formulas in the case of a real angle method. Okay, first of all, we calculate this root of yz. We calculate that root of yz for simple calculations. Before solving this a, b, c, d values, first we calculate that root of yz. Why? Because we calculate that root yz means the for simple calculation purpose only. Before going to determine the a, b, c, d values, first we calculate the root of yz. First we calculate the root of yz. Okay, that's why we calculate the in separate form, that is yz is equal to y into z. Yz is equal to the y into z. After that we calculate root of yz. Okay, this is the value for that y into z. Then we apply the root of this value. Then we apply this root of this value. Okay, then we obtain root yz is equal to 0.25458 plus j 1.0965. Okay, this is the value for that root yz. This is the value for that root of y into z. Okay, what is the assumption? Root yz is equal to the alpha plus j beta. Okay, we already assumed in that real angle derivation root yz is equal to the alpha plus j beta. Okay, root yz is equal to the alpha plus j beta. Okay, that will be assumed in the derived form of a real angle method. Okay, root of yz means the alpha plus j beta. Okay, we already calculate the root of yz value. Root of yz is equal to the 0.25458 plus j 1.09658. Okay, this is the value for that root of yz. Okay, this is the value for that root of yz. Okay, that will be equal to the alpha plus j beta. Okay, where this is the alpha and this is the beta. Alpha plus j beta. Okay, this is the alpha and this is the beta. Then we write that alpha is equal to the 0.25458. Alpha is equal to 0.25458 plus j beta. Beta means the 1.09658. 1.09658. Okay, this is the in radians. Okay, alpha and beta values in the radians form. Then it will be converted into degree form. That is 14.58 degrees and that is 62.83 degrees. Okay. క్యాల్సిలో మనకి ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది అమ్మ, రేడియన్స్ నుంచి డిగ్రీలో కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకునేది. దాని ప్రకారం ఆల్ఫా వాల్యూస్ ని రేడియన్స్ నుంచి మనం డిగ్రీస్ లోకి మార్చుకున్నాము. ఓకే, రేడియన్స్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఆల్ఫా వాల్యూ ఏమో 0.25458, అదే బీటా వాల్యూ ఏమో 1.09658 radians. That will be converted into 62.83 degrees. Okay, 62.83 degrees. After that we calculate the cos h alpha. Okay, cos h of alpha value. What is the value for that alpha? That is in degrees. Okay, 14.58. Cos h of 14.586. Okay, in that alpha will be in the degree form. That's why we substitute that will be in the degrees. Then cos h of 14.586 degrees is equal to the 1.03258 is equal to the 1.03258. After that we calculate the sin h alpha, that is equal to the sin h of 14.586 degrees, that equal to the 0.5734. Okay, then we calculate the cos beta. Cos beta means the cos of, what is the value for that beta? Beta is equal to the 62.83, beta is equal to the 62.83. Then substitute this cos 62.83 degrees is equal to the 0.4566. 0.4566. After that, we calculate the sine beta, that is equal to the sine of 62.83 degrees, that is equal to 0.8896. Okay, next we calculate the cos h root alpha. After that, we calculate the sin h root alpha. Okay, cos h root of yz, alpha means the root of yz, and alpha plus j beta means the root of yz. Okay, it is already discussed in the previous class. That is the, what is the formula for that? Cos h of alpha plus j beta, that is cos a cos b plus j sin a sin b. Okay, cos a means the alpha, cos b means the beta, plus j sin h alpha means the alpha, sin beta means the cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. B means the beta. Beta value is the 62.53 degrees. After that, that's value is the 0.52 at an angle of 25.9 degrees. Next, we calculate the sin h root of yz. Sin h root of yz, that is equal to the sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Okay, sin a cos b plus cos a sin b, where alpha is we assumed as the a and beta is assumed as the b. Okay, therefore sin h root a yz is equal to the sin h alpha cos sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Okay, we already calculate the sin h alpha, sin a cos b, sin h alpha cos beta, alage cos h alpha sin beta. Okay, that we substitute these values, then we obtain 0.9261 at an angle of 82.71 degrees. After that, we calculate the auxiliary line constants, that is the A, B, C, D constants. Okay, that is the A, B, C, D constants. Okay, cos h root of yz. This is the cos h root of yz, that is 0.52 at an angle of 25.9 degrees. Then b is equal to root of z by y sin h root of yz. Then it will be 4412.07 at an angle of 69.73 degrees. Then we calculate the c value, that is root of y by z sin h root of yz. Okay, root of yz means we already there in the y and the z values, and also we calculate the sin h root yz. Okay, this is the auxiliary line constants for a real angle method. Okay, this is the auxiliary line constants for a real angle methods. Okay, this is the solution for that given problem. Okay, in that, by using the convergence series, we determine the complex angles. That means by using that convergence equations, we determine the A, B, C, D formulas. And second bit is the, by using the convergence series, we determine the real angle methods. Okay, that means we determine the A, B, C, D values in the case of a real angle methods. Okay, this is the solution. This is the given data and solution for that A, B, C, D formulas. Okay, this is the complex angle method A and D formulas, and this is the B formula, and this is the C formulas. Okay, after that we calculate the real angle method, that is ABCD value formulas are cos h root of yz, that is B is equal to root z by y sin h root yz, C is equal to root of y by z sin h root yz. Okay, ఇలా మనం ముందే ఎందుకు cos h root yz sin h root yz root of yz ఇలా ముందే ఎందుకు మనం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాము అంటే ప్రతిసారి మనం ఈక్వేషన్ లో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసుకొని yz ఎక్కడైతే వచ్చిందో అక్కడ మళ్ళీ ప్రతి ఈక్వేషన్ లో ప్రతి ఫార్ములాలో మనం సింప్లిఫై చేయాలి అంటే ఇవి కాంప్లెక్స్ యాంగిల్స్ లో ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి చాలా డిఫికల్ట్ అమ్మ. కాబట్టి ఒక్కసారే మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, yz కి ఏంటి ఆన్సర్స్, అలాగే y స్క్వేర్ z స్క్వేర్ కి ఏంటి, అలాగే y క్యూబ్ కి z క్యూబ్ కి ఏంటి, అలాగే రూట్ yz అంటే ఏంటి మనకి అక్కడ అవి అన్ని సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసేసుకొని అప్పుడు డైరెక్ట్ గా ఆ ఫార్ములాస్ ని ఈక్వేషన్ లో చూడండి. సపోజ్ ఏ ఈక్వేషన్ తీసుకున్నాం, ఇందులో y ఇంటూ జెడ్ ఒకటి ఉంది, y స్క్వేర్ జెడ్ స్క్వేర్ ఉంది, y క్యూబ్ జెడ్ క్యూబ్ ఉంది. అదే ప్రతి ఫార్ములాలో కూడా అదే ఉంది చూడండి, ఇక్కడ కూడా yz ఉంది, y స్క్వేర్ జెడ్ స్క్వేర్ ఉంది, y క్యూబ్ జెడ్ క్యూబ్ ఉంది. అంటే ఏంటి ఇక్కడ అలాగాని మనం ఫస్ట్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకోకపోతే ప్రతి ఫార్ములాలో ఏ ఫార్ములాలో బి ఫార్ములాలో ప్రతి ఫార్ములాలో y వాల్యూ వేసుకుంటాం, z వాల్యూ వేసుకుంటాం, మళ్ళీ దాన్ని మల్టిప్లై చేసుకుంటాం. అలాగే y స్క్వేర్ వేసుకుంటాం, z స్క్వేర్ వేసుకుంటాం, మళ్ళీ మల్టిప్లై చేసుకొని వేసుకోవాలి అలా y క్యూబ్ కి. కాబట్టి అలా లెంతీ ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది, క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ కూడా చాలా డిఫికల్ట్ అవుతాయి. అలాగే సేమ్ సి లో కూడా అదే ఉంది చూడండి అమ్మ, ఇక్కడ రెండు ప్లసెస్ వచ్చాయి, ఒకటే ప్లస్ అది yz బై 6, అలాగే జెడ్ స్క్వేర్ వై స్క్వేర్, అలాగే y క్యూబ్ జెడ్ క్యూబ్ సేమ్ అవే ఉంటాయి. కాబట్టి ఫస్ట్ మనం ఈ yz కి ఏంటి వాల్యూస్, y స్క్వేర్ జెడ్ స్క్వేర్ కి ఏంటి, y క్యూబ్ కి జెడ్ క్యూబ్ కి ఏంటి వాల్యూస్, ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఫస్ట్ డిరైవ్ చేసుకోవాలి. సేమ్ ఇందులో కూడా అంతే, ఇక్కడ ఏబిసిడి ఫార్ములాస్ తీసుకుంటే కాస్ హెచ్ రూట్ yz, ఇందులో మనకి మెయిన్ ఉన్నది ఏంటి రూట్ yz, ఫస్ట్ అది క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకున్నాం. ఓకే, అలా మనం ఫస్ట్ ముందు సింప్లిఫికేషన్ కోసం కాస్ హెచ్ రూట్ yz sin h రూట్ yz క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసేసుకున్నాం. Okay, this is the one of the method in the case of a long transmission line by using the complex angles and the real angles. Okay, అర్థమైందమ్మా ఈ ప్రాబ్లం? అర్థమైందా వాణి?
అర్థమైంది మేడం.
ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి, ఇవి పీపీటీస్ పెడతాను ఒకసారి నోట్ చేసుకోండి. మీరు ఇందులో మీకు డిఫికల్టీ ఏంటి అంటే క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ పార్టే అమ్మా. ఫార్ములాస్ ఒకసారి గుర్తు పెట్టుకుంటే ఇంక ఈజీగానే ఉంటాయి. క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ మీకు ఇవేంటి కాంప్లెక్స్ యాంగిల్స్, జే టర్మ్స్, యాంగిల్స్, రెక్టాంగులర్ టు పోలార్ అవి పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా వస్తేనే మీరు సాల్వ్ చేయగలరు. అందులో ఏమన్నా కాంప్లెక్స్ యాంగిల్స్ కానీ ఆ యాంగిల్స్ లో ఉన్నవి okay, in that by using this auxiliary line constants we are using the we are calculating the a b c d formulas. Okay, that is the formula for that a and the b, and that is the formula for that c. Okay, now by using the real angle methods, what is the formula for that real angle method? That is the abcd formulas, that is a is equal to d is equal to the cos h root of yz. Okay, same as that of b is equal to the root of z by y sin h root of yz, and c is equal to root of y by z sin h root yz. Okay, where z is z, root of y by z is equal to the root of z by y. Okay, sorry, root of z by y is equal to the ZC. Okay, where z by y is equal to the ZC. Okay, then we write the formula for that b also, that is b is, we write the formula for that b, that is b is equal to the ZC into sin h ZC into sin h root of yz. root of yz. Okay, that means we write down the root z by y is equal to the zc. Okay, then b is equal to the zc into sin h root of yz. Okay, after that the formula for that c is equal to root y by z. Okay, what is the formula for that zc? Zc is equal to root of z by y. Okay, the formula for that zc is equal to the root of z by y. Then the root of y by z is equal to the 1 by zc. Root of y by z is equal to the 1 by zc. 1 by zc sin h root of yz. 1 by zc sin h root of yz. Okay, by calculating this a b c d formulas, first of all we calculate the what is the value for that root yz. Okay, this is the calculation for that root yz. We already calculated, that is root yz. Okay, substitute these root values. Substitute y into z values in that formula. We first we calculate the y into z values. After that we multiplied that root value. Okay, this is the y into z values, that is minus 1.1376 plus j 0.5583. Okay, so then we are obtaining this value to the root, that is root of minus 1.1376 plus j is 0.5583. Okay, that's value is the 0.25458 plus j 1.09658. After that, we already assume that in the relay angle methods, we assume root of yz is equal to the alpha plus j beta. Okay, the root of yz is equal to the alpha plus j beta. Okay, then the root of yz value is the 0.25458. 0.25458 plus j 1.09658. Okay, that means the alpha plus j beta. Okay, where alpha is equal to the 0.25458 and then beta is equal to the 1.09648. Okay, 1.09648. Okay, this is the value for that alpha and the beta, that will be in the form of a radians. Okay, that will be in the form of a radians. After that we then convert that radians into degrees. Radians into degrees, that is alpha is equal to the 14.58 degrees. Then alpha is equal to the 14.58 degrees and then beta is equal to the 62.83 degrees. Okay, this is the values for that alpha and the beta values. Okay, after that we calculate the cos h alpha, that is cos of h of, substitute that alpha value, that is 14.586 degrees. Okay, then that will be obtained 1.03258. Okay, after that we calculate the sin h alpha, cos beta, sin beta values. Sin h alpha, cos beta, cos sin beta values. Then we calculate the cos h root of yz and also sin h root of yz. Okay, then we calculate the cos h root of yz and also sin h root of yz. Okay, cos of a plus b. Okay, what is the formula for that cos of a plus b? Okay, that is cos of a plus b is equal to the cos a cos
Cos B.
cos a
Cos A cos B.
cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. Okay,
Sin B.
cos a cos b plus
Sin A sin B.
j sin a sin b. Okay, j sin a sin b. Okay, in that what is the a value? That is alpha. Okay, what is the a value? That is alpha. And what is the b? That is beta. Okay, a value is the alpha and b value is the beta. Okay, this is the formula for that cos of a plus b. Root yz means the alpha plus j beta. Okay, alpha plus j beta means the alpha is equal to the a and beta is equal to the b. Okay, that's why we write down the cos of a plus b formula, that is cos a cos b plus j sin a sin b. Okay, substitute that alpha. A means the alpha. Alpha is equal to 14.586 and also beta. B is the beta, that is the 62.83 plus j sin h of alpha means the 14.586 degrees plus sin of b. Okay, that is the cos h root of yz. Then sin h root of yz. Sin h root of yz means the root of yz means the alpha plus j beta. Okay, sin of alpha a sin of a plus b formula. Okay, what is the formula for that sin of a plus b? Sin a cos b plus j cos a sin b. Okay, sin a cos b plus j cos a sin b. Then substitute these values that already we calculated in the previous slides. Then substitute that all the values and then we find out the overall answer, that is 0.9261 at an angle of 82.71 degrees. At an angle of 82.71 degrees. Okay, this is the values for that sin h root of yz and also cos h root of yz. Okay, next coming to the next, then we calculate the values for that a and b c values. Okay, the formula for that a value is the cos h root yz and b is equal to the root of z by y sin h root yz and c is equal to root of y by z sin h root yz, where root z by y is also called as the zc, or root of y by z is equal to 1 by zc. Okay, then we calculate the a b c d values in the case of a real angle method. ఓకే, ఇందులో మనం రూట్ చేసేటప్పుడు మీరు ఒకటి అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకోవాలమ్మా, రూట్ అనేది యాంగిల్ కి మనం రూట్ అప్లై చేసుకోవాలి అంటే బై 2 వేసుకుంటాం. ఓకే, సపోజ్ దిస్ ఈస్ ద రూట్ yz వాల్యూ అనుకోండి 0.52 అట్ అన్ యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ 25.9 అనేది yz అనుకోండి. ఓకే, దీనికి సపోజ్ వి అప్లై ద రూట్. ఓకే, సపోజ్ దీనికి మనం రూట్ అనేది అప్లై చేస్తున్నాం. ఓకే, ఇలా రూట్ అప్లై చేయాలి అంటే దీనికేమో మామూలుగా రూట్ వేసుకుంటాము. అమ్మా,
మొత్తానికి ఆ వాల్యూ మొత్తానికి రూట్ అప్లై చేసుకోవాలా?
అప్లై చేయాలి కూడా వాల్యూ మొత్తానికి రూట్ రాదు, యాంగిల్ కి రూట్ రాదు. కాల్సీలో మీరు
అంటే 0.52 ఒకటే రూట్ యాడ్ చేయాలి,
యాంగిల్ కేమో బై 2 వేసుకుంటాం.
ఓకే మేడం,
అది మీకు కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారు కదా, అది ఒకసారి చూసుకోండి. అండ్ మిగతా వాళ్ళు ఎవరు యాడ్ అవ్వలేదు, ఒకసారి వాళ్ళకి కూడా ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చెయ్యి.
ఓకే మేడం.
లేదు, అదే యాంగిల్ కి మనం రూట్ వేయలేము, యాంగిల్ కి రూట్ వేయాలి అంటే బై 2 వేసుకోవడమే. ఓకే, 0.52 కేమో రూట్ ఆఫ్ అని వేసుకుంటాము, యాంగిల్ కి రూట్ బదులు బై 2 వేసుకుంటాం. ఎక్కడైనా ఏ ఫార్ములాలో అయినా యాంగిల్ లో మనకి రూట్ అనేది అప్లై చేయాలి అంటే యాంగిల్ కి బై 2 వేసుకుంటాము, దీనికేమో నార్మల్ రూటే. ఓకే, అలా క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ అనేవి చేసుకోవాలి. అది ఏబిసిడి ఫార్ములాస్ లో. ఇందులో మామూలుగా ఇందులో కూడా మీకు యాంగిల్ ఉంటది కదమ్మా, జెడ్ కూడా, ఇక్కడ కూడా రూట్ ఆఫ్ జెడ్ బై వై కదా, ఇక్కడ కూడా యాంగిల్, ఇక్కడ కూడా అదే ప్రొసీజర్. ఎక్కడ మనకి రూట్స్ ఉన్నా కూడా వాటిలో యాంగిల్ కి మనం బై 2 వేసుకోవాలి. మీకు అలా మామూలుగా ఓవరాల్ గా రూట్ ఆఫ్ అని చెప్పి వాల్యూ కొడితే సింటాక్ ఎర్రర్ అని వస్తుంది, అలా చేయలేం. ఓకే, మీకు ఈ ఫార్ములాస్ అన్ని పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా మీరు నేర్చుకోవాలి. పర్ఫెక్ట్ అవ్వాలి అంటే మీరు పెన్ను పేపరు క్యాల్సీ తీసుకొని సాల్వ్ చేస్తేనే మీరు ప్రాబ్లం అటెంప్ట్ చేయగలరమ్మా. ఎగ్జామ్ లో కూడా మీకు ఫార్ములాస్ అనేవి కొన్నే ఉంటాయి, ఈజీగా గుర్తుంటాయి. ఎందుకంటే మీరు కంపల్సరీ డెరివేషన్స్ నేర్చుకోవాలి. డెరివేషన్స్ వచ్చాయి అంటే ఫార్ములాస్ వచ్చేస్తాయి ఆటోమేటిక్ గా. మీకు ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ లో ఎక్కడ మీకు తప్పు చేస్తారు అంటే క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ లో. అంటే క్యాల్సీ యూసేజ్ మీరు ఎంత ఫాస్ట్ గా రెక్టాంగులర్ టు పోలార్, పోలార్ టు రెక్టాంగులర్, అలాగే వాటి యాంగిల్ మల్టిప్లికేషన్స్ అవి ఎంత ఫాస్ట్ గా చేయగలిగితే మీరు అంత పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఉంటది. ఓకే, ఏబిసిడి పారామీటర్స్ కనుక్కోవడం కానీ లేదా ఏవైనా మీకు ఈ యూనిట్ లో ఉన్నవన్నీ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, కాంప్లెక్స్ యాంగిల్స్ లోనే ఉన్నాయి కదా, అవన్నీ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ అనేవి క్యాల్సీ యూసేజ్ మీకు ఈజీగా వస్తేనే ప్రాబ్లమ్ సాల్వ్ చేయగలరు. కాబట్టి క్లాస్ అయిపోయాక ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవరీ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని ఒకసారి మీరు పెన్ తో క్యాల్సి తీసుకొని సాల్వ్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే మేడం.
అర్థమైందా అమ్మా? ఇవి
అర్థమైంది మేడం.
మొన్న డెరివేషన్స్ అర్థమయ్యాయా?
అర్థమైంది మేడం.
సరే, ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే